Now that we've got everything hooked up, let's take a look at selecting channels. Your VCR's tuner can receive UHF and VHF broadcast channels, and if you're a cable subscriber, CATV channels too. To do that, we need to make sure that these switches are set to the right positions. In most cases, once you've done this, you probably won't need to reset them again. Okay, set the source select switch to the TV position. Next, for normal broadcast TV channels, set the band select switch to the TV position, or to CATV for cable channels. For normal broadcast TV channels, set the automatic frequency control, or AFC switch, to normal. For cable channel viewing, set the AFC switch to special. If your TV has similar switches, set them to match those on your VCR. The AFC will automatically fine-tune the video signal. Now, make sure that this indicator light is on to be sure that you're using the VCR's tuner. To select a channel, simply press the channel scan arrow until the channel you want appears. Or, use your remote control to quickly find a specific channel by pressing the channel number. Here's how to quickly scan only your favorite channels. Set the channel set switch to on. Press one of the channel set arrows to select the channel you want to eliminate. Let's select 5 and press skip. You'll see PO flash briefly, telling you the channel has been programmed out of the scanning sequence. Then, the channel number will start flashing to remind you the channel is no longer available. Finally, return the channel set switch to off. Now, when you use the scan controls, you'll see only the channels you really want. To restore channel 5 to the scanning sequence, simply move the channel set switch to on. Find the flashing channel 5, press the add button, and move the channel set switch to off. Channel 5 is now back in the scanning sequence. Well, that's how you tune in your channels. Now, let's find out more about how to record them. Before we get into the steps in recording, here's a handy reference chart of video cassette recording and playback times. It'll help you to choose the right length cassette for your recording. Your VCR will record both SP and EP tape lengths. The faster SP length will give you the best picture quality, and the slower EP speed provides the longest playing time. This number tells you the cassette in this box is 120 minutes, or 2 hours long at the SP speed. At the EP speed, this cassette will be 6 hours long. Use the SP-EP switch to manually select your recording speed. Okay, let's record a TV program. First, load a cassette and make sure that this safety tab is in place, or that the hole is covered with a piece of tape. Select the recording speed and tune the channel to the channel you want. Or you can use the remote for channel selection. However, if you're using a cable TV box to select the channel, you'll have to tune the VCR to either channel 3 or 4, the output of most cable boxes. Now we're ready to record. Hold the record button and at the same time press the play button. The red light on the record button and the green light on the play button tells you that the VCR is recording. Here are some helpful recording tips. Pressing the clock lap counter button will bring up the lap display that tells you the elapsed recording time in hours and minutes. And remember, if the tape reaches the end during manual recording, the VCR will automatically stop and rewind to the beginning. Here are some reminders to quickly check before you start recording. Let's try recording one channel while we watch a different one. We'll record this channel using the VCRs tuner, just as we did a moment ago. But now, we'll just press Tape TV so the light goes out. Then, you can watch whatever channel you select on the TV without affecting the channel your VCR is recording. But that's not the only way your new VCR can record. For example, this instant record button lets you start recording a program almost instantly. Here's how. Go through the normal steps to get ready for recording. Then, when you want to record, just select the channel and press this button twice. Recording begins immediately. Notice the clock display has changed and now tells us the VCR will record for 30 minutes. Each time the instant record button is pushed, we add another 30 minutes, up to a total of 4 hours. The recording time you've selected will count down to 0, and the power will switch off automatically. Pressing stop terminates instant record at any time. Well, that wraps up this chapter, so here comes Chapter 8. This chapter is all about time, and for once, how to make time work for you. Your new VCR has a 14-day, 4-event timer for automatic recording of up to 4 different programs on different channels at different times. The clock plays an important role in all of this, so let's adjust it to the correct time. Move this switch to the center clock adjust position and press the select button. When the day starts flashing, press the Set Plus or Set Minus button until today's day appears. Then press Select again, and the hour will flash. Press the Set Plus or Set Minus button until the correct hour, AM or PM, appears. Press Select again, and the minutes will flash. Press Set, and when the correct minutes appear, move the clock adjust switch back to the clock position. It's just like setting a digital watch. Whatever's flashing indicates the information you need to enter. Now, let's program the first event of the automatic timer. Okay? Here we go. We use the same controls we just used to adjust the clock, except now we'll move this switch over to the program position. Notice number 1 flashes, indicating the first event is ready for programming. Press Select. Whatever's flashing tells you the next step to program, in this case, day. Press either Set button to choose the day you want, and then, when you push Select again, it programs this step. Now program the time you want the recording to start, AM or PM, using the same Set Plus or Set Minus buttons. Notice that when you finish the last step in programming the start time, you automatically are ready to begin programming the stop time. To program the stop time, follow the same steps. For every start time entered, a stop time must also be entered. Finally, enter the channel number and press the Select button to complete the programming for event number 1. Now, the number 1 is flashing, and that tells you that you've finished programming the first event. If you want to program additional record times, pressing the Set Plus button advances you through the 4 programming events available. Simply repeat these same programming steps for each different event. If you change your mind, or if you notice an error in any of the programmed information, just keep pressing the Select button until the information you want to change flashes, and use the Set buttons to change it. When you're all through setting the timer, move this switch back to the clock position to return to normal clock display. With the tape in the VCR, the last step is to turn on the timer by pressing the timer button. The VCR will turn off, ready to automatically record each program at the time and day you've set. These numbers tell you how many different events you actually programmed, up to a maximum of 4 events. Well, that's great, but suppose you want to record a show and it won't be on until next week. Here's how. When the day flashes, press this button until Second Sunday appears. Then choose the day of that week. You can also program the VCR to record your favorite weekly series each week automatically. Simply enter the information about the show into the timer and press the repeat button. Every week, your VCR will remember to record the same program without having to reprogram the timer. To record your favorite daily series, just keep pressing the set buttons until every day of the week is displayed. Keep pressing to remove Sunday, then Saturday if desired. The rest of the steps for programming are the same as before. Once the timer is set, you can check the start and stop times entered for each event by moving the clock switch back to the program position, and then sequencing through each event to display the information. If you find an event that you don't want to keep, just press the cancel button. It's important to note that when the clock and timer are displayed together, normal VCR controls will not work. To make them work again, turn the timer off and press the power for normal operation. When the word timer is flashing, it means something's wrong, such as the cassette safety tab is missing. However, the timer will not flash for certain errors, so here's a list of some other common programming errors to try to avoid. One final reminder: if the tape runs out during timer recording, the VCR will stop and automatically eject the cassette. That way, the automatic timer won't accidentally re-record over existing material on your cassette. For additional details about the auto-record timer, please consult your VCR's printed operating guide. Well, that about wraps up our show. We hope you found this video operating guide useful and enjoyable. If you'd like to tell us your reaction to this video guide, we'd like to hear from you. Please write to us at this address.
Baseball, the Pete Rose way. He's played in more winning games than any other major leaguer, with more hits than anyone in the history of baseball. Now, your child can learn to play baseball the Pete Rose way.
Perfect. Try to catch the ball as close to where you're going to throw the ball as you possibly can. Watch it again. I'm moving back. Now I'm going forward. It's all one motion. I'm ready to throw.
Pete Rose coaches tomorrow's would-be players in the techniques that have made him an all-star at 3 different positions.
Pick up the right habits, you got a better chance of winning the game. And that's what we're out here for. Teach everybody how to win. Winning is important. And winning, hustle, and fun is baseball the Pete Rose way.
Baseball the Pete Rose way.
5, 6, 7, 8.
The longest-running Broadway musical is now available on video cassette from Embassy Home Entertainment. Victory at Sea. Never has the essence and agony of the human struggle of World War II been captured so well.
The attacks are incessant. The damage staggering. To die is to die, but to live is to fight.
Now available in a special collector's edition, or in 26 different volumes.